Yo soy Josue.
Soy Hoy Banks.
Thanks. And we are odd people going odd places and viral.
From viral. Yeah. So Josh, boundaries.
Boundaries. Why have them?
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
don't like building walls.
okay. So relationship boundaries.
Okay. In
Do you
what
have
sense, I
them?
suppose? I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess you have to have some boundaries, right? Especially in the sense of expectation, right? I guess you want some boundaries in the sense of what you're willing. There's got to be some limit to what you're willing to do as a person, whether or not you're in a relationship.
Um, expectations. I try to take those out. I try not to use expectations or have them.
Yeah.
Boundaries, and in anything you have boundaries. Okay, your body has skin, and that's
Yeah.
the boundary that we have. I'm talking more relationship oriented. I mean, you are married. You have boundaries with your wife. I mean, there's certain you do. I guess you do. I'm not. I don't want to assume it. And in any relationship, you have to set up some sort of boundaries, or it's willy nilly. And I'm not really sure I know what willy nilly means. Do you know what willy nilly
Okay. Yeah.
means?
I suppose there are some boundaries specific to the relationship. Yeah. But I tell you what, most of my boundaries are just personal. They're personal boundaries. So,
Okay.
yeah, like I'm not going to kill someone. That's a boundary, right? I don't believe in murder or anything like that. And if my wife asks me to do that, I'm still going to say no. But it's really just a personal boundary.
Okay. Okay. So in relationships, I mean, you and I have boundaries with each other, don't we?
Right.
I mean, we do. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Somewhere.
I'm not. Maybe we don't. Let's explore that. Maybe we don't have boundaries. We do have boundaries. I mean, I respect you. There's here it is. You and I discuss different topics, lots of different topics.
Yeah.
And I have a filter that I use on. I use it just in my when I'm with you, when I'm with everybody. There's certain things I just it's malleable, I guess.
Why? Why do you have filter, man? Why aren't you comfortable enough to? If I'm not talking about like intentionally being hurtful, I wouldn't do that either. But why, if you're authentic, why have boundary? Why not just be open? 100%.
Okay.
FCC? You just certain things you can't say on radio.
No. Well, it goes back to when I was a kid, and this might be a story that I'm telling myself. However, I feel that at a certain point, Josh, you're going to get sick of me if I do all the talking. If I talk, and don't give you a chance to talk. At one moment, you're going to be like, "Come on, Ben, shut up. Let me say something."
Now, look, remember, I'm an introvert. I like listening. It's cool. Like I could play that role.
Yeah. So I mean, so I stay within the boundaries of our relationship and attempt to not overstep the boundaries that you have. I don't want to perturb you to the point where you're like, oh my God, I don't want to hang out with Banks anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. In any relationship you have to have some sort of boundary to coexist or to exist.
Yeah, I guess so. But at the end of the day, if you're just being yourself, so for me, that's fine. You just be you. Yeah. And if for some reason you do something where I don't want to hang out with you, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Maybe we're not supposed to force it, right?
Okay, I got it. Okay, so I enjoy what we do, and to prolong this, I'm going to stay within these boundaries. Okay, I'm going to push mental. I'm going to attempt to push mental boundaries. I'm going to attempt to push psychological, emotional boundaries. At some point, though, I'm either going to run out of things to say, or I'm going to piss you I mean, that's the way I look. And that's the way it is in just about any relationship I've ever been in. There was a time where I finally pissed that person off and it was like, okay, bye.
Well, all right. I would think though, with boundaries is when you run out of things to say. I think without boundaries, it opens up so much more. And yeah, okay, you're going to piss some people off. But again, we talked about this. If you piss someone off, whose problem is that? Yours or theirs?
It is their problem, yes.
Okay.
However, I no longer have that person as a friend, so that comes back
All right.
to me.
You got to find people with a little more mental toughness, I guess. I don't know, but no, I really try not to have too many boundaries relationship wise. Just look, I have my personal boundaries. If you like hanging out with me with my personal boundaries, the few I have, great. If you don't, okay. God bless. Have fun. Good luck.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to go to the extreme then. How about, physical, like somebody gets close to you and they're rough with you, like, you got an older brother that loves to give you noogies, or, that is a personal bound, a physically personal boundary, which after a while, it's like, my God. I mean, when I was growing up, my brothers were wrestlers, which meant I was a runner. So I would run from them trying to wrestle me because I just didn't find it fun.
So if you try and get too physical with me and it becomes annoying, then I punch you in the balls really hard, and I promise you will never do it again. And then we have what's called an understanding.
Okay. So we're going from boundaries to understanding. So what is the difference between the two?
Probably not much. It's a cause effect. So a boundary says you can't do this, but I think an understanding means if you wrestle with me too much, I'm going to punch you in the balls. And every time you wrestle with me too much, I'm going to punch you in the balls. So now when you get involved with that, when you decide to take that behavior, you know what the consequence is going to be. And so now it's your choice. You can go there or you don't have to go there.
Right. Okay. So the whole concept of, punching me is you've had enough. So let's take that to an emotional level. Let's take it to a mental level. Let's take it to a psychological level. I'm sure I know the difference between the three in this regard. So if I said something or pissed you off by me saying something, like, could I offend? If I offended you, that would be a punch. No.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can offend me. Personally, that's just me. Now, I realize a lot of people are easily offended. Okay. But again, isn't that something that they should work on? Again, it's that balance, right? It's that how much do you want to walk on eggshells for someone else's lack of mental toughness and sensitivity? That's a question for you.
Yeah, good point. I love to find out why people do what they do. And the only way that I can do that is if I ask them questions. And I might push or trigger them in certain ways. And bingo, I know when it's happened, it's all of a sudden, they're pushed away emotionally. It could be physically too. Emotionally, they're pushed away and like, oh my God, this guy offended me. I don't want to be around him. So that basically is the punch. The punch is them being offended.
And that's okay. So they're offended. That's good. That's fine. They set a boundary, which is awesome. Now you have a choice. Do I want to be around someone with this boundary because it's not letting me express myself, right? If someone's offended every time you say the word poop or darn, well, I say that a lot. So this is probably not going to work out, right? Have a nice life. It's okay. Thank you for letting me know that this isn't going to work out. And it's cool. That's all.
Okay. And in your regard, you're not easily offended. No. All right.
I'm not ever offended.
All right. So it's more of an understanding than it is boundaries, basically.
Yeah, it's a cause effect. It's a cause effect relationship. Some people don't know the effect of the cause that they are. And I like to help people see the cause and effect, right? Nothing's free. If you're going to do something, there's going to be an effect to it, right? There's going to be some consequence to anything we do. And some people don't know that.
Now, when you say consequence, that is, I look at that as a negative. A
No.
consequence is, if you do this, the consequence is this. A consequence is not a negative. Consequence is just, it's non-judgmental. It is the reaction to whatever you've done, correct?
If I throw a ball up in the air, if I'm juggling and I throw a ball up in the air, it's going to come back down, unless something happens in nature and the laws of physics go bye-bye, right?
Okay. Okay.
That's cause and effect. Cause and effect.
Okay. Got it. I always looked at consequences as the negative aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like if I get too close to you, the consequence is you're going to punch me. You know, if I get close to somebody, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to trigger something that they have inside them, and all of a sudden they're offended by something I've said or done.
Right. And we all have that.
Yeah. I'm Banks.
I am Josue.
Odd places going.
Viral.